Yeah, if you're gonna use Jeffrey, you need to learn this. You need to learn the toe kick splash mount. Well, you need to learn if I can figure that out. Right there, you need to learn this. Toe kick splash mountain. That's all you need to learn. Yeah, you need to learn that. It don't matter if you hit them. It don't matter if they do whatever. It's gonna, you know. This is like VF's version of Raging Demon. That's all you gotta learn is this input right here. This shit right here. What is it? Down kick. Down kick. I kid you not. Down kick, toe kick, splash mountain. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. You could screw everything else. Just do that. Learn how to do that. You need two. If you land two of these, you knock them out. I got hit by two of them by I think it was Shadosha that hit me with it, and I was like fucking steaming, dude. I know a Jeffrey player hit me twice with a toe kick splash mountain. I was steaming. and yeah, you hear Rufomonger talk about Jeffrey, man. He's looking for that double shock. Well, I'll teach you something. He's looking for that toe kick splash mountain too. But yeah, recommend learning this. Yeah, if you get toe kick as a counter, it's guaranteed. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, side turn. Oh my god. I wanna do this. Let me see. I wanna go like this, and I'm gonna just backdash. Right? And we're gonna just like we're gonna have Vanessa backdash mad far. And we're gonna have Jeffrey backdash too. Let's see. Oh shit. Let's see if this works. Guys, say this happened to Hernan. Hernan got hit with this. They both Shadosha and thing backdash at the same time. Like, that's a that's what I mean, man. The best way to avoid that is by ducking. You have to duck or crouch dash, low punch, something. I don't know. I'm having fun with this shit. Yeah, like, damn, it's like harder to do. See if that works. You see the distance? You see the distance? You get wrecked from far away. Sorry to all the Vanessa players, but I'm sorry to you, Nala. But I had to. Look at the distance on that. That's just like that's Virtua Fighter's Raging Demon. Just so you know. Shit is mad far. Yeah. That shit fucked up. Yeah, I tell you, I kid you not. You only need to land two of that and you win, yo. That's just how it is. You don't need to learn. You don't even need to learn Jeffrey too much. Just know that I mean, I think it was like, what was it, Palmataro? I remember one time he was just like playing one of those matches that all I saw was toe kick, toe kick, toe kick. He just kept doing toe kick. He just kept doing this, and it's safe on block. It's like it's safe, you know. But it's mad funny. Yeah, so yeah, that's the best advice I can give you for Jeffrey. You don't have to like his command list. Man, they took his ducking low, so I hopefully they bring that back. Um, hopefully they bring back his ducking low, cause you know he needs that. This is one of his basic launchers. It's a his flop launcher. So I don't know much else really about. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know much else about Jeffrey. So his headbutt is like forward, forward, and then he do a forward. You can break this. You can actually escape this. So when he does the headbutt, it's forward throw. So that's forward throw. If he does it the second time, that's a second forward throw. If he does it a third time, that's a third forward throw. So you just gotta hold forward throw. But he can switch it up and go forward and then back throw. All right, for the knee. So he can do like two forward and then back if he wanted to, or he can just go like one, two, you know. So you got to still have to guess. But if you want to avoid that completely, then just use forward throw. But he has like other throws, like his go to sleep. So that one too. That's pretty nasty. When he's at the edge of the ring, he can ring you out. Let me see if it works. Yeah. Let me see. So if his back is to the wall, he can steal a win from you. So be careful with that. Ring awareness. Ring awareness. Don't get hot. Don't get caught with that nonsense like that. That's like this is back throw, so you have to escape with his back throw. You know. So if you see a Jeffrey trying to lure you back this way, right? Yeah, just be careful with that. Or the wall, yes, yeah. Don't you know? He got the front back breaker. That's a forward throw, which does a lot as well. But it's his knee push bottle cut. I think that's his 14 frame. Yeah, that's his 14. This is like his elbow class, or in case his knee. He has an elbow and a knee. Um, but they're 14 frames, very powerful. But you have to know you have to know your underwear. In case this case, the fundamentals. And Jeffrey's very fundamental based. He's the honest fighter. Like if you want to make an honest read, like if you think they're gonna throw you, then you just do the knee on them. What's that knee on block? The knee push bottle cut. Let's find out, then, Nelly. Let's find out. I think that's like minus 13 or something. Let me see. -8. Salute to you, but yeah, -8. So that puts you in a 50-50 guess. This knee is -15. His toe kick is -7. Oh, if you're fighting against Jeffrey, I kid you not. Gotta watch out for this part too, because he could do toe kick. He can do toe kick and then delay his last part, and then he can hit you off of that second hit. So remember, he can do it fast, but you can see where he can kind of like stagger his kick a little bit, and then delay and try to fish you for a counter hit there off of that forearm smash there. So just be mindful of that. But this is very good too, because this one can avoid lows. But I swear he has like a low crush, right? His threat stance is not very, from what I heard. No one said. I don't think anyone really said his threat stance is that good. But because it is punishable, and he does have a guard break. It does have a guard break, but if they can't break out of it, it is breakable. But if they can't break out of it, then you know. Oh yeah, learn. Every character got heavy bound and small bound, so make sure you know that. And his heavy bound is this move, down forward. So yeah, side turn's freaking nasty. That's +6. That's a frame trap. So if they did this right here, if they try to like low jab you, if they try to low jab you off of that right there, like this, that's a frame trap. Yeah, you get a knee out of that. So yeah. Oh yeah, here's another tip. I mentioned this in another stream. Um, you're -15 off of the knee right there, but if you if you want to be safe with this and you want to throw out a safe launcher and put yourself in 50-50 instead, you want to attack the side, so that'll be like OM. OM is to attack the side. It's not evasive at all. It's either reposition. You use OM. You use OM to reposition and set up side turn. It's different from defensive move. It functions. It functions by using up or down and then PKG to do OM. But if you really want to play defensively, like do a defensive move, which is the evade, you press up or down. You know. So you kind of just practice that. Very simple basics. You can set the computer to guard and counterattack with a move, right? And then just practice your evade. You just gotta learn to play neutral. You can't just hold back or hold guard. You can hold guard if you want, practice your guarding, but you can practice your evading with just something like that. You know. But what happens if you evade and it doesn't work? Then you're gonna hear it like you're gonna look like this, where your evade failed, and you get blown up for that if you don't cancel it. So, all right. So you can do like up. You can do up forward forward, up forward forward guard, up forward forward guard, or down forward forward guard, and you'll be able to cancel your failed evade. If you guess wrong, or they try to like your opponent mess around with their timing, and you think that you were gonna evade successfully, and then you got it wrong. So use that to cancel that. Otherwise, you just press up or down the evade after. Evade after like you're at small disadvantage or big disadvantage. What else? Basic fundamentals. Uh, like now, there comes a situation. There comes a situation where if you know that your opponent's gonna throw you, right? I'm gonna put myself at, and this took me a while to learn and get used to because I always played kind of like morally, where I play very defensive first. But it took me a while to kind of acclimate this into my game, and I recommend it. It's very noob friendly, and everyone that's gonna start playing this game is gonna be doing something similar to this, but they're not gonna do it at like a crazy thing where they're just gonna do something like this and then do low punch, right, to beat throw. Now what I want players to do is put themselves at that and then knee them. All right, because remember, attacks beat throws. Attacks beats throws, but only if you know that Only if you know that your opponent is gonna go for a throw, you go for a knee. All right, you want to make a hard read on that. All right, but you get blown up. You get blown up with a. If they do their launcher, you get blown up because your mind is. You can you can enter threat safely on side turn. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. From threat stance, right? So here's a good example. Let's say I put myself at -8, and I'm gonna low punch. I'm gonna get blown up for this. I'm gonna get counter hit for this. See, so I can't interrupt. In this case, I have to evade. You have to treat it like a turn. So that's how VF is played. You have to treat everything like a turn. You do one move, you poke them, and then you make a decision. You poke them, make a decision. You know, it's you can play it like this too if you want, but you're gonna get blown up for it. You will get blown up for it. Like, especially against experienced players. Well, they know that's punishable, and they'll take the guaranteed damage. They'll take the guaranteed hit situation there. But if you know that, like I said, if you know that you're gonna get hit by something, evade. If you know that they're gonna throw you, or you feel like they're gonna throw you, go for the hard read and go for a launcher. If you're not sure, play it safe. If you're not sure, then all you gotta do is just, do a throw escape, guarding throw escape. So what I did was an option select. I did a guarding throw escape where I'll show you what I did. So throw a mid after a successful block, and I'll show you what I did there. Throw escape is very easy to do, but you have to make a guess. You have to make a guess with throws. It's not something where you can just like, oh, I gotta guess forward, back, and down or whatever. You have to make a guess between like high throws, neutral, PG. So if I was to do a throw escape, I'll start off like this. I'll hold guard, and then I hold punch, and that's it. So whenever you guard, you have to hold guard and then punch, and then pick a direction, either forward, back, or neutral. All right. So so it's basically guard, punch, and then pick a direction. And you have to commit to it. That's it. So if I did something like this, see, I can pick a direction. So, and you can practice this too. So let's say you want to practice back throws or forward throws. You can do that too. If you don't want to get hit with a mid, you can practice that. So you can practice your throw escape. So it got neutral, back and forward, for example. So that's forward. My bad. So like I said, I'm going in guard, punch, and then forward. Guard, punch, and then forward. Guard, punch, and forward. In that order. That's how you do lazy throw escape. LTE. Guarding lazy throw escape. So that will help in a way. If you want to do option select, it's fine. But like I said, if you want to blow them up and guess, then you can do that too. You know. But remember, if you do that, you get blown up. You get blown up if they do a mid for themselves. And that's VF in a nutshell. It's like you put them in that situation like that, and then you have to make a decision. Especially when I'm saying in that rock paper scissors situation, because throw beats evade, evade beats attack, attack beats throw. In that triangle. And that's that part of that Nitaku phase, which is basically -6 to -9 in disadvantage. So the basic fundamental is simply, if you're at disadvantage, take defensive measures. If you have the advantage, if you're plus on block or whatever, then that's your turn to attack. That's just simple as that. And BS Jackie, see me in class at the end. See me at the end of class. Um, does that make sense? Besides BX Jackie coming late, because he missed all the action. Um, I can't explain. Everything in here is all done here. You know, it's all everything in training mode I use here. It's very simple, very basic, uh, very intuitive. Uh, in terms of like mimic is very good if you want your opponent to block everything, then just set it to mimic and then put it to guard. So that way, if I do punch, this I do low. If I do low, they'll block. You know, very simple. If I want them to do throw escape, right? I put standing, advance, throw escape right here. Yes or no? Yes or no? If I wanted to. So if I did a regular throw escape, you know. And here's the thing too. After you get thrown like this, you get your thrown escape. If you look at the disadvantage, you're gonna see what happens there. I'm -6, so I'm -6 right there, and that's a bad thing. That means that like what I said, you're in the triangle. You got to decide what you want to do: attack, evade, or play, or guard in that situation. There's another scenario too. They teach you this in the basic tutorial. It's called evading throw escape. So when just like the option select says, evade first, throw escape. Evade, throw, escape. Alright? So what that does is you evade an attack, or during the evade motion you're doing a throw escape. So what I'm gonna demo is something like this, where I'm gonna do a natural throw, I'm gonna do a natural evade, but then at the same time when I do that fail evade, I'm inputting a throw escape. So I'm doing evade, up guard. Well, in this case, up guard punch, up guard punch, up guard punch. So I'm tapping up and I'm pressing and holding guard and then punch. All right. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an attack and I'm gonna just evade. So in this case, I'm gonna try to break the forward throw. So it's gonna be up, guard, punch, forward, like that. You can do down too if you want, but that's the option. Select to deal with that situation. Very simple. It just takes a little bit of execution, but once you get the timing down, um, it's a very good intermediate defensive technique. Just to learn for new players. Um, I think that's generally you have to know how to at least do something like that. Just to get past that intermediate level, or even just to even get past the rookie level. At least up to 10th Dan. If you made up to 10th Dan, um, at least learn that technique. Learn that defensive option select. It's very important. It's very important, especially in that Nataku situation. How do you have the setup for this drill? Very simple, Pa. It's everything's in CPU setting. So when you first open up this, it's gonna be in like normal hit. Um, you can set them. You can set the computer to state standing, like normal. And here I can switch, so it could be normal hit, neutral. This is the reaction. Counter hit if you want to practice combos. If you want to practice hit checking, normal or counter hit. If you want to practice hitting them from their backdash, and I'll show you that a bit later. Because there's a very strong situation here where if you do a mid kick against them, if they're doing backdash, you get a really big stagger that will basically, maybe take out half their life bar if you do a combo out of that. But I'll show you what I mean on that one. Defensive move, you can tell them to evade if you want. So in this case, the evade one is to go up. So when they say up is evade up. Okay. This is good if you want to practice your half circular. So like, you see how he switches foot position. Um, See how so he switches foot position right there, off of the back punch. So, but if you want to have your opponent evade a certain direction, and you want to practice hitting them a certain way, you can learn that way too. So it's like, see. So that's evade, guard. That's to set them to guard. This with guard, you can learn your frame traps. You can do specific moves that might put them in a frame trap situation. Like for example, the one that I just did. You can learn what is unsafe on block. Like this right here is -12 if I did punch. But if I do something like OM and kick guard, I'm +6. That's a frame trap. So you could practice to learn the different effects and whether you still have your turn or they have your turn after. The next setting here will be guard or normal hit. That's also for hit checking. You can practice that with hit checking. Also guard or counter hit for more hit checking. Guard and counter attack 1. That means that you can practice your exchanges. So if I did a move like this, I can evade. You can practice your evade by just pressing up or down. So this is a good way to learn just the basic fundamentals. Evade, you want to practice your guarding. Just get comfortable pressing guard. If you want to learn how to deal with low punch, you can do something like that too. So if you block their low punch while standing like that, you get a low throw, just so you know. If they do nothing. So. Alright. The next one is mid punch. So if you wanna learn how to practice, you can also practice backdashing too. So in situations like where they do low punch, I could do something like elbow, backdash. So. And then you can just practice that, with having them whiff punish them. The next thing is mid, the same thing. Mid, like mid elbows or mid knees. So let's see. So you can just practice just random stuff, but. Oh, you could just practice evading too. Evading, guarding, throw escape, and then mid punch, successful block, and then you got throw. If you want to practice just your throw escape, you set it to guard and counterattack 4, and you can pick the direction. So neutral, back, or whichever one. So in this case, I want to practice neutral. So in situations like this where I put myself at punch, right? Or punch, or maybe knee, I'm -15. I have to do a throw escape. You can practice that. So I'll show you my input again. So let's do knee. I'll do forward kick. And I'll hold guard first and then press punch. Hold guard and then hold punch. That's it. Hold guard and hold punch. So you want to do guarding throw escapes in those typical situations where you're -10 with throws is 50-50 guess here, maybe 33% chance. -12, even though you might get hit with a PK string like this, because that's usually guaranteed off of like +12 situations. let's see here. Let's continue on to the next one. CPU setting. You can practice your back throw and your forward, so just so you know. If you don't want the health bar to reset, you can do a type B. So if I do like that, your health bar is gonna stay the same like that. So you can just, so it doesn't reset. The next one, you want to practice your option select. There's several option select. There's another one here. So it's called fuzzy guarding, where you do down forward guard, where you go kind of like this. So if I do an elbow, if I'm at like say minus 1 to or minus two in this case, or let's say actually -4, -4 -5 for example, -1 through -5. You could do something like so, and then you can turn into options like which is more advanced. So yeah, that's like, well, how did you do that? That was like super fast. So what I did was I did down forward twice, and I pressed guard. I did it so it kind of puts them in a ducking state briefly, and then what that option select does is that it ducks the high, and it blocks the mid. All right, so and to practice that is to use guard and counterattack 5, where the CPU will block your move and do a throw or a mid. So I recommend, that's probably like when you get really good and you want to practice your fundamentals, that's helpful. No problem, no problem. I want to show you something else here. I'm gonna do a knockdown. It's very important about getting up, learning to get up. And it's very important. I'm just going to show you some of the basic get-ups here. And we'll start with the tech roll. We'll do on the spot. So that's on the advanced settings. Change the thing to Revo. You want me to do that? I'll do that. Virtua Fighter, Ultimate Showdown. Let me do that. I saw that where it had Revo. 40 followers already. Wow. Change it to tech. No. I just changed it to Revo just for shits and giggles. So I'm gonna show you how to tech roll here. Very simple. I'm gonna record Vanessa doing a knockdown. Right. So when you tech roll, all you gotta do is press PKG. PKG to get up. For example, this one's gonna expose my back, of course, but I want to show you a different one. Let me see. That's a good one. Oh, like this one. Yeah. So if I just press PKG, that's how I get up in place. PKG. As soon as you hit the ground, that's when you press PKG. And then if you press up PKG, then you roll away. You roll away from the screen. Okay? I recommend, if you're going to practice tech rolling, record and do a random launcher, just like that, and then just practice learning to tech roll. Okay? So, learning to tech roll down, roll the tech roll in place, and learning to tech roll up. But one thing I want you to make sure you know is that if you tech roll like that and you do nothing, you remember there's a small window. There's a small window where you're still in a crouching state at the end of that tech roll. So you just gotta be extra careful that you can get low thrown that way. The other thing is when they knock you down. Right? You can just stay in place if you want, but you can just press guard multiple times to get up. in place. Okay? Or if you want to roll up, just hold up first and then press guard a few times. Okay? Or hold down and then roll that way. And then back roll. Hold back and then press back roll. Okay? Um, the next thing, is rising kicks. I mean, this is just for simplicity stuff. It's like simple, basic VF. So if you don't want to get up with guard, you can just press get up with kick button, and that will do like a mid rising kick. So you can do the same way, like you press guard up a few times, and then you press kick, kick, kick. All right. Um, and I want to show you something too. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. What's the best way that I can show? Oh yeah. I'm gonna let Vanessa do this. So I'm not gonna have a tech roll, and I want to show you this because it's important. Because a lot of people don't really know this when they first start, and there is some risk with those rising kicks. Okay, but this is kind of more in that intermediate advanced level but it's also basics. It's also basics too. So let me see here. I'm a rising kick. I'm gonna knock them down, and then when I block, right? Just know that when I block that, you're in a triangle position. You're in a triangle situation, which is that Nitaku. Remember, -6 to -9. So you're in that triangle situation where you either attack beats throw, throw beats evade, or evade beats attack. You know, in that triangle. So you have to make a guess if you do something. Um, so it's very important. Now, it don't matter if you roll up, if you're on the spot, or if you roll up or you roll front, right? And you do that, you're still Nataku in that situation. However, if you do a back roll and you do a mid kick or you do a low rising kick, I'm plus 15. I get a free launch on you. All right. So just so you know, don't back roll too often. And I can get that guaranteed off of Vanessa there. Um, yeah, whatever 15 frame launcher that you have, a 15 frame execution launcher. You know, so just be extra careful with that. Or even worse, you know, they do a back roll. And I get a nice low throw off of that if I wanted to. Yeah, you can also beat. Yep, you're absolutely right. You can also beat wake up kicks. I'm gonna show you that right now. There's 3 different ways to beat wake up kicks. All right, and let's start. And I'll show you this. I show you the forbidden wizard jutsu shit, the Oromawari too. It's hopefully they fixed that, but if they didn't fix it, well, guess what? I'm gonna abuse that. I'm gonna abuse it. All right, so let's see. We'll do on the spot. All right. So the trick is that if you have a move that does base, 21 damage, right? So in this case, this does 30 damage. This does 23 damage, right? Those type of moves will crush your opponent's rising kick. So I'm gonna do something like this, and then I'm gonna time it. You have to time it. So all right, and look at that. That's a counter hit. So that's a counter hit. right? So that's one way. That is one way. So I gotta like time this. I'm doing it too early. Too early. Nope, too late. Too late. I did it too late there. It takes a lot of practice to get that, to get the hang of that, to crush that rising kick. But the other way is this way, where you can just kind of like walk in and then backdash. You can walk in and backdash and try to like whiff punish it. Okay. So you can do that too. So you can kind of like, you know, try to like whiff punish and then bait them out. So that's just one of those few situations there. Um, learn to practice that. This is, trust me, all of this stuff that you're seeing me do was all taught in VF4. Everything that majority, besides maybe multiple throw escapes and lazy throw escapes with the differences, like tech rolling and all that stuff was all taught in VF4. And that was like back in 2001. Um, and that's how I learned the game. And hopefully Revo has that type of training where it teaches you exactly everything like I just shown you. Uh, because once you learn that system, once you learn and apply all those concepts, trust me, VF is like fucking easy. It's like it's not as what you think it is. You know. Um, I hope that makes sense. I mean, that's just really just I know there's more stuff I can show you that I can show you. Oh yeah, I can show you the forbidden jutsu stuff. I did that earlier, so but let's do that with Jeffrey. Let's see what I can do with Jeffrey.